There's a 400-year-old Japanese philosophy that master craftsmen use to create their greatest works. And the absence of this philosophy in your life might be the exact reason you haven't started that thing you keep thinking about. We live in the age of Instagram perfection. Everyone's highlight reel, polished videos, perfect bodies, flawless businesses, overnight success stories. And somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that if you can't do it perfectly, you shouldn't do it at all. So you wait, you plan, you research, you prepare, but you never actually begin. You want to start a YouTube channel, but your editing skills aren't professional yet. You want to launch a business, but your product isn't refined enough. You want to create something meaningful, but you're afraid it won't be good enough. And here's the brutal truth. While you're waiting for perfect, someone else is building with imperfect, and they're winning. The Japanese have known this for centuries. They have a word for it. Wabi-Sabi, the art of finding beauty in imperfection. But before you think this is just poetic philosophy, let me tell you about someone whose life was destroyed by perfectionism until she discovered this ancient wisdom. Her name was Maya Chen. But first, I need you to do something. Comment below right now. What's that one thing you want to create, but you're waiting until it's perfect? Be honest, this channel is growing because of your engagement, so drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let me tell you Maya's story. Maya Chen was 32 years old, graduated top of her class in graphic design, worked for 3 years at a prestigious creative agency in Singapore. Everyone said she had the eye, that rare ability to see what others couldn't, to create what others only imagined. But Maya had a secret, a paralyzing secret that was slowly killing her dreams. For the past 4 years, Maya had been building a personal brand, a design education platform. She wanted to teach others what she knew. She had the knowledge, she had the skills, she had the vision. What she didn't have was the courage to press publish. Her website? Redesigned 17 times, never launched. Her first course? Scripted, recorded, edited, deleted, and restarted 9 times, never released. Her Instagram? 43 drafts saved, 0 posts published. Because nothing was ever good enough. The website design wasn't revolutionary enough. The course content wasn't comprehensive enough. The Instagram posts weren't aesthetic enough. Maya's friends would ask, "When are you launching?" She'd smile and say, "Soon, I'm just polishing a few things." But soon had been her answer for 4 years. Meanwhile, she watched others in her field blow up. People with half her talent, people who made mistakes in their videos, people whose websites were basic, people whose content wasn't perfect. But they had one thing Maya didn't. They had launched. And deep down, Maya knew the truth. She wasn't polishing, she was hiding. Hiding behind the excuse of perfection because perfection meant she never had to face the scariest thing of all, judgment. What if people think it's trash? What if no one watches? What if everyone sees I'm not as good as I pretend to be? These questions haunted her every night, and every morning she'd convince herself, just one more week, just one more revision, just one more tweak, until one day, everything changed. Maya attended a local art exhibition. She wasn't planning to go, but her sister dragged her out of the apartment. "You need to stop living in your laptop and actually see real art," her sister said. At the exhibition, Maya saw something that stopped her cold, a collection of ceramic bowls. But these weren't ordinary bowls. They were imperfect, intentionally imperfect. Some had visible cracks filled with gold. Others had uneven surfaces. One was asymmetrical, almost lopsided. And they were the most beautiful things Maya had ever seen. The artist's name was Kenji Tanaka, 67 years old, Japanese, born in Kyoto, now living in Singapore for the past decade.
His art was based on an ancient technique called kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. But more than that, his philosophy was rooted in something deeper, Wabi-Sabi. Maya stood in front of one particular bowl for almost 20 minutes. It had a crack running through its center, sealed with gold lacquer. Instead of hiding the flaw, the artist had highlighted it, made it the focal point, turned brokenness into beauty. "You see it, don't you?" a gentle voice said beside her. Maya turned. It was Kenji himself. Small frame, kind eyes, hands marked with clay and time. "See what?" Maya asked. "The truth that perfection hides, but imperfection reveals," Kenji said, gesturing to the bowl. This bowl was broken. I could have thrown it away, started over with a new one, but that would have been a waste, not of clay, of story. Maya felt something stir in her chest. "But it's cracked. Isn't that a mistake?" Kenji smiled. "In the West, yes. In Japan, we call it Wabi-Sabi, the acceptance of imperfection and impermanence. The understanding that nothing is perfect, nothing is complete, and nothing lasts forever. And that is precisely where beauty lives." He looked at Maya with those penetrating eyes that seemed to see through walls. "You're an artist, aren't you?" Maya blinked. "How did you—" "The way you study the piece, the way your fingers move unconsciously, as if designing in the air. But I also see something else. Fear." Maya's throat tightened. "I'm not afraid." "No?" Kenji gestured around the room. "Tell me, how many projects have you completed this year? How many have you shared with the world?" Maya couldn't answer, because the answer was 0. Kenji nodded knowingly. "Would you like to visit my studio tomorrow? I teach ceramics to small groups. Perhaps what I show you will help with whatever you're not finishing." Maya hesitated, but something in his words had cracked something in her, so she said yes. That decision changed everything.
Kenji's studio was small, cluttered, and filled with the smell of earth and fire. Shelves lined with ceramic pieces, each unique, each imperfect in its own way. There were 3 other students there, a young man, an elderly woman, and a teenager. "Today," Kenji began, "you will make a bowl, but there's one rule. You have 30 minutes, and whatever you create, you must keep. No starting over, no redoing. You work with what emerges." Maya's heart raced. 30 minutes? That's not enough time to make something good. But she began, her hands shaping the clay. At first, she tried to control everything. Perfect symmetry, even thickness, flawless rim. But the clay wouldn't cooperate. It sagged on one side, the rim cracked, the shape became irregular. Panic set in. "This is terrible. I need to start over." But Kenji's voice cut through. "Don't fight it. Flow with it. Let the clay tell you what it wants to be." Maya wanted to argue, but she had no time. So she surrendered. She stopped trying to force perfection and started working with the imperfections. She smoothed the crack into a deliberate line. She leaned into the asymmetry. She embraced the wobble. When the timer rang, Maya looked at her bowl. It was strange, lopsided, rough, nothing like what she'd envisioned, but it was beautiful in a way she couldn't quite explain. Kenji walked over, studied it, then smiled. "Now you're beginning to understand." "But it's not perfect," Maya said quietly. "Exactly," Kenji replied, "and that's why it's real. Perfection is sterile. It has no soul, no story, no humanity. This bowl?" He picked it up gently. "This bowl has your fingerprints, your hesitation, your surrender,
your growth, all in 30 minutes. That is Wabi-Sabi. Maya felt tears prick her eyes because she realized something. She had been so obsessed with making something perfect that she'd forgotten to make anything at all. "Maya," Kenji said softly, "what is it you're not creating?" And for the first time in 4 years, Maya told someone the truth about her platform, her courses, her paralysis, her fear. Kenji listened. Then he said something that shattered her entire worldview. "You think perfection protects you, but it's a prison. The greatest artists, the greatest creators, the greatest masters, they all understood one thing. You don't create perfection. You create, and through creating, you improve. But if you never create, you never improve. You just disappear." He placed her imperfect bowl in her hands. "Take this home. Put it somewhere you'll see every day. And every time you see it, remember, done is better than perfect. Real is better than flawless. Existing is better than imaginary." Maya left the studio that day holding a crooked bowl and a cracked open heart. Maya didn't sleep that night. She stared at the bowl on her desk. Its asymmetry, its rough texture, its visible imperfections. And she made a decision. She opened her laptop, pulled up her website, the one she'd redesigned 17 times, and instead of redesigning it again, she pressed publish, just like that. Imperfect, incomplete, real. Then she opened her first course, the one she'd recorded and deleted 9 times. She didn't re-record, she didn't re-edit, she uploaded it as it was. Then she opened Instagram, took one of her 43 drafts, the most imperfect one, a simple design tip with a minor typo in the caption, and she posted it. Her hands were shaking, her heart was pounding. Every fiber of her being screamed, "Wait, it's not ready!" But she clicked share anyway. And then, nothing happened. The world didn't end, no one left hateful comments. The post got 17 likes. 17 people found value in her imperfect work. So she posted again the next day, and the next. Each time it got easier, each time the fear got smaller, each time she remembered the bowl. Within a month, her following grew to 1,200. Within 3 months, her first course had 89 students. Within 6 months, she was making enough to quit her agency job. But more importantly, Maya was creating, actually creating, not perfectly, but consistently, not flawlessly, but authentically, not in hiding, but in the world. 1 year after visiting Kenji's studio, Maya returned. She brought a gift, a ceramic bowl she'd made herself. It was still imperfect, still asymmetrical, still rough, but it was beautiful. "You've learned," Kenji said, smiling as he held it. "I'm still learning," Maya corrected, "but now I'm learning by doing, not by planning to do." Kenji bowed slightly. "That is Wabi-Sabi."
Now let me show you something that will blow your mind. This isn't just philosophy, it's neuroscience. Researchers studying perfectionism discovered that the brain of a perfectionist functions differently. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making and self-reflection, becomes less effective when overwhelmed by the amygdala, the fear center. In simpler terms, perfectionism isn't about high standards. It's about fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of unworthiness. And when your brain is operating from fear, it prioritizes safety over action. It convinces you to wait, to prepare more, to perfect more. Because launching means risk, and risk means potential pain. But here's what the studies also found. The only way to break the cycle is through action despite imperfection. Because every time you act despite fear, you rewire your brain. You teach your amygdala that the fear was irrational. You strengthen your prefrontal cortex's ability to override emotional paralysis. In other words, Wabi-Sabi isn't just beautiful, it's neurologically necessary. Another study on productivity found that people who embrace imperfection are significantly more likely to complete projects and achieve long-term success than those who chase perfection. Why? Because they're in motion, they're learning, they're iterating. Meanwhile, perfectionists are still in the starting blocks, adjusting their shoelaces for the 10th time. The Japanese understood this centuries ago. Now, science proves it. Progress beats perfection. Always. So how do you actually live this? Here's the practical framework. First, set a good enough standard. Not perfect, not trash. Good enough. Your first video doesn't need Hollywood production. It needs value. Your first product doesn't need to be revolutionary. It needs to solve one problem. Define good enough and launch at that level. Second, time box your creation. Give yourself a deadline. Not when it's ready, an actual date. Maya's bowl exercise was 30 minutes. What if you gave yourself 30 days to launch? Not to perfect, to launch. Third, celebrate the cracks. When something goes wrong, don't hide it. Acknowledge it. Learn from it. Share it. Kintsugi teaches that the cracks are what make the art valuable. Your mistakes are your story. Your failures are your credentials. Fourth, create in public. Perfectionism thrives in privacy. It dies in community. Share your work while it's still rough. Get feedback. Iterate in public. Let people see the messy middle. That's where real connection happens. And fifth, remember impermanence. Nothing you create will last forever. Not your content, not your business, not even you. So why waste your limited time chasing an impossible standard? Create now, imperfectly, authentically, because done and imperfect today beats perfect and never.
Here's what Maya learned, and what Kenji knew all along, and what Wabi-Sabi has been teaching for 400 years. Perfection is not the goal. It never was. Because perfection is static, lifeless, inhuman. But imperfection? Imperfection is alive. It breathes, it grows, it connects. Your imperfections are what make you relatable. Your mistakes are what make you human. Your cracks are where the light gets in. And the greatest irony? The things you create imperfectly often resonate more than the things you'd create perfectly. Because people don't connect with flawless. They connect with real. Maya's most viral post wasn't her most polished. It was the one where she admitted she'd been paralyzed by fear for 4 years. 47,000 people related to that, because they were living it too. The most successful creators aren't the most talented, they're the most consistent. The ones who ship imperfectly, the ones who embrace Wabi-Sabi. So here's my question for you. What are you waiting for? What project is sitting in your drafts? What dream is dying in your notes app? What business is trapped in your someday folder? What if you launched it today? Not perfect, not polished, just real. What if you embraced your cracks instead of hiding them? What if you created for progress, not perfection? What if you remembered that you are not your work, you are the creator, and creators create? Wabi-Sabi teaches us that beauty isn't found in perfection. It's found in authenticity, in courage, in the willingness to exist imperfectly in a world obsessed with impossible standards. Maya kept that crooked bowl on her desk for the rest of her life. Every time she felt the pull of perfectionism, she looked at it. And she remembered, real is better than perfect. Done is better than delayed. Creating is better than imagining. So stop chasing perfect. Start creating beauty. Embrace Wabi-Sabi, because your imperfect work is waiting to change someone's life, but only if you let it exist. If this video resonated with you, here's what I need you to do. First, comment below with that one thing you've been putting off. Say it out loud. Commit to it. Second, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. We're building a community of creators who choose action over perfection. Third, like this video. It tells the algorithm to share this message with others who need to hear it. Thank you for watching. Now, go create something imperfect. The world is waiting. Remember, stop chasing perfect. Start creating beauty. Wabi-Sabi.